Well, hi there, brothers and sisters. Well, welcome back. Good to see you guys. I took some time for myself. I know it's been a while since I post something, but sometimes we need to take that break. I took a break. I haven't seen anything on social media lately. Sometimes you need that time to just unwind and just let it be you and God, and stop meditating on the Lord this week and just talking to God, because we're living in end times and time is going so quick, you guys, and just meditating on everything that's happened this year, because New Year's is almost here too, right? And God is getting ready to come, and it is important that we set new goals, right? So one of my biggest goal for this coming year was to be a better wife. And also because we're living in end times, what does the enemy attack the most? He attacks what you love the most. Because where two are joined together, there is power. There is power and there is love, right? And the enemy, he does not want marriages to succeed. He doesn't want marriages to blossom. The enemies come to kill, steal, and destroy. And where there is love, what does he want to do? He wants to cause chaos. He wants to cause destruction. He wants to cause separation. And also because when we are living in end times, people will become more hateful, more angry. And so it is important that we begin to pray for our partners, for our husbands, for our wives, for our family members and our children. So it's very important that we touch on this subject. So I know for this New Year's resolution, I was like, God, in this new new year, God, help me to be a better wife. Help me to be a patient wife. Marriage is not easy, right? It's not easy, but where there is love, all things, and if God is centered in it, you're gonna get through it. But a marriage without Christ, I'll tell you, is very hard. But if you have God in the center of a marriage, you're gonna be fine. But just do these things that I'm about to say to you, okay? So in Songs of Songs 3:4, it says, I have found the one I love. How many of you guys love your wives? How many of you guys love your husband? If you guys have been together for a very long time, you're like, yes, I love my wife. Sometimes when you first get together with someone, it's the love of the connection, the physical. But when you have been with someone for a very long time, that's when you really get put to the test. You realize that not everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. You realize that you're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. And I think that's the real testing of love, is when you don't let go, but you love that person, that you're just willing to fight and go through it all with them. And so if you're relationship is sunshine and rainbows, good for you. But something I've learned in marriage, you're gonna have a little bit of everything, because when you have a little bit of everything, and you overcome everything, there's just so much strength, and more love grows. And I love that. But also too, I want to read to you guys in Ephesians 5:25, okay? Because now these days we have television, we have social media, social networks, we have TikToks, we have all kinds of different apps where men or even women are bound to cheat, are bound to see, sexuality on TV, and it's important that we keep our lives sacred, our bodies, our hearts, just for our husbands, for just our wives, and to not be tempted into the temptations of this world, because those are things that the enemy will utilize to bring temptations. Or he'll bring a co-worker, even some Jezebels, women or men. If someone is married, do not mess with them, okay? Do not mess with them. Do not mess with them. That's all I gotta say. Let them live their lives, because if not, you are participating in a spirit called Jezebel. And do not mess with someone who is married. Do not go in there and destroy. But men and women, respect your husband, respect your wife, honor your husband, honor your wife, okay? Do not be sneaky. Make sure you guys are always being honest, loyal, faithful, and truthful to one another. Make sure you women are respecting your bodies just for the love, for your loved one. I'll tell you, in this journey, I have learned so much, like, because I really have like about a year that I've really come to Christ, and coming to Christ, I've noticed that God brings conviction. A lot of the things that I used to wear back in my day, and now as I'm like, I've been married, but when I began coming to Christ, I realized like, oh, how sacred my body is for just the man that I love. So women, make sure you guys, like, save those things, those beautiful things for your man. I understand like everyone's a little different, but it's nicer when you're able to just save your body just for your man. I know that's something that I love. I like to take care of my body and cover up and save those things for just my man. But and then men, keep your eyes away from anything that is gonna cause distraction or cause temptation, from any apps that will just bring temptation to cheat, to lie, any dating apps. You guys know what I'm talking about. So just be careful with that, you guys, and make sure, because those are doors that can be open and lead to a broken marriage, can lead to cheating and lying and all that stuff. But instead, in Ephesians 5:25, it says, husbands and even wives, okay? So husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. So make sure that you guys are loving your wife, are loving your husbands with all, okay? And also too, because it says over here in Ephesians 5:28-30 that now husbands ought to love their wives in the same way as they do their own bodies. Anyone who loves his wife loves himself. No one ever hates his own body, but feeds it and takes care of it, just like Christ does for the church, because we are part of his body. And that's even for women too. That's why I say, make sure you guys are taking care of your bodies. Make sure that you guys are respecting your guys' body. That make sure that you guys aren't like hugging or kissing anyone or cheating or anything like that. Make sure you guys are saving those lips, saving those eyes, saving your heart, saving your body just for your husband. Just for your husband and just for your wife. Because you know what? And make sure that you guys love your guys' body, respect your guys' body, because God, he gave, what's it say on here? Like Christ does for the church, because we are a part of God's body, and a marriage is supposed to be something sacred, honorable, and cherishable. Okay, so Romans 12:10 says, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. So make sure you guys are also like thinking about each other all day long. I know I think about my husband all day long. But yes, be devoted to one another. So there was a challenge in my life where when I first got together with my husband, sometimes I wouldn't make him coffee, or sometimes I wouldn't make him breakfast. And I'm like, okay, God, I need to get up and make him coffee, or I need to get up and make him breakfast, or I need to be like, hey, honey, what can I make you some lunch? So make sure you guys are showing your spouses, your loved ones, your husband, your wife, how devoted you are to him more than yourself. So that way he knows, or she knows, that she is very appreciated, very loved and respected. So I think that is very important to keep that fire going. in showing how much you love each other. Make sure you men are getting your women roses. Make sure that you guys are telling your women how beautiful she is and how special she is, instead of telling the neighbor or